Yes, guys, and welcome from me. It's Championship Manager 0102. Yet another video. Now, I think I've started on some sort of fucking trend here. I'll explain why. So, Matt Collier-Brown has now sent me his save to analyse. He's happy for me to be as brutal as I want. But it looks like Matt's doing another Journeyman Save. So, sort of how I've started my 7-Up challenge. When Mark Rutgers sent me his was the same sort of principle. So, Matt is doing one as well. Now, Matt did send me one yesterday, which I looked at, but I didn't get a chance to do a video yesterday. But then he played a load more, so he sent me it again, but more updated, which I'm completely blind, so I don't know what. I haven't even seen if it loads up. I've got no reason to believe it won't, so I'm as blind. I'm as blind as they come as I restore this game. So, like Mark Rutgers, Matt has started with PSV. And he said his objective is to sort of follow the same sort of suit as the 7-Up challenge. Of course, there'll be a video coming up on that. So first things first then, let's look at his lineup. So what we at? Okay, so we are December. I thought we would be further, if I'm truly honest with you. Okay, so we're a season and a half into it. Okay, season and a half into it, almost. So let's, okay, Chotis. I fucking love Chotis. I don't think Chotis does it season 1 personally. Let's have a look how he did season 1. Nah, credit where it's due. Credit where it's due. Let's go to defence then. Stephen Reed. Stephen Reed's an interesting one because whilst I like Stephen Reed and the other one, Lucas Neal, because they're very versatile, but they're so versatile that they're not really starters. I mean, where's his best position? But he's certainly a good substitute. NDI, very good, solid player there. Hoffland, yeah, of course, Hoffland. Taribo West, Okaronko, Saeed. He's got some solid players here. He's got some solid players. The one thing that Matt did say to me, he said he's not got the work permits on. So kind of like Mark and Gary Johnson. He has the ODB, like myself, with Nick's Patcher for the tweaks like the regen fixes and a couple of the sort of outer game tweaks. So they don't enhance your performance wise, but he does disable the non-EC rule, etc., etc. That's going to conflict a little bit because I've restored it on my version, which I had them enforced. So don't panic if you see, what was the letters? W, PM, something like that. That's just because we've loaded it up on my version as opposed to his. So that explains, because he's obviously brought a stack of non-ECs. Agahoa's a great. How much did he pay for Agahoa? 2.8. He probably got him on a release clause. Agahoa's a great signing. So, of course, yeah, second season. So he's brought Robben, so that deal went through. We'll have a look how we did in the first season. Robben, I like Robben. Mark Kerr, great player. Not had a great start so far this season. Okay, so he's got who the hell fuck is Melligan? Okay, he's not bad. Not bad at all. Kaluzny. How much did you pay for Okay, you got Kaluzny on a Bosman, of course, although you haven't been playing him this season, have you? Okay, so who's been playing DM then? If you've been playing, looks like you haven't been playing DM. Okay, and up top, let's have a look. Kesman, Sigalko, Nikiforenko, Arkidius back. Now, a lot of people, they say, oh, it's the usual go-to players. I don't personally see a problem with the go-to players, apart from one player, and I've said this before, Tone Madeira. He's the only player that I think should be off limits, and in my opinion, should be deleted out of everybody's database. So a quick gander at the tactics that he's using then. Yes, he's clearly not using... Oh, of course, Van Bommel. Okay, so 4-3-1-2. 2 up top is an interesting one. I've never even really tried 2 up top because I read so much that 2 up top don't work. But a few people have said, oh, yeah, it's worth doing. Someone said either 1 up top or 3 up top. Now, 3 up top, I think it's a lot. I mean, when you go like that, that's a lot. I mean, it's an interesting formation, to be honest with you, because obviously it's kind of like a 4-1-2-3 with Van Bommel with the arrow coming back. Van Bommel, let's see how Van Bommel's been doing then. 780 this season, 758 last season. Okay, solid. So he's got Okaronko. So yeah, it's solid setup. A lot of the usual players, which I like to see personally. Let's have a look at the... No one's whip-wopped. Great to see there. You scored a few points there, Matt. Scored a few points. That goalkeeper isn't whip-wopped. which is always no names, but Mark Rutgers, he fell into that trap. So yeah, let's have a look at his team instructions. Yep, all good, all good. This all as is. Yeah, this is all good. Zonal marking, cross ball, no one crossing ball. Try free balls. Agahoa, Robin, and Nikiforenko. It's a very interesting formation. Very interesting setup. I might even try and hold up ball Van Bommel. That's an interesting one to have the hold up ball as opposed to it being a striker, which is what a lot of people tend to do. So yeah, that's impressive. Let's have a look at your reserves. Pinheiro, yeah, nice player for the reserves there. Did you get him on a long contract? 4 years. Oh, maybe your contract. Okay, so he's got the non-EC rule enforced. But maybe, well, we'll have a look at that in a minute. Defence, anyone of interest? No one of interest. They're youngsters, aren't they? And midfield. Oh, of course, I know a few of these from my own PSV. Tonton Zola Makuku, Riyad's a great player. Now, be honest with me now, Matt. Did you know who Riyad was? Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't know who Riyad was until Gary Johnson pointed him out. 1 minute, Grace, shut this door. I didn't have a fucking clue who this guy was until Gary Johnson pointed him out. But he's a good performer, particularly from Season 2. When did you buy him? So bought him last season. Look at that, 1 game and a hat-trick. So, okay. Give him some more game time, you nasty bastard. He got a hat-trick for you. Jonas London, I bet you got him on a free transfer. Yeah, you did as well. So yes, there's some quality players there. And up top. Riyad, oh man, what are you doing? What you fucking doing? I mean, come on. So Madeira, yeah, he's in your reserve. How much you pay for him? $250. I thought you could get Madeira for a lot cheaper than that, personally, but disagree with that. You lose a lot of points on that one there, Matt. You lose a lot of points, but you don't need him, to be fair. Perfect, yeah. Okay, so let's have a look now then how he did last season. So, won the title. He won the title. Very convincing. He won the Champions League. Okay, Dutch Cup. I went out Dutch Cup in the semi-final. Okay. Oh, you won the Intercontinental Cup this season. Oops. Super Cup. Winners. And that's a Charity Shield Super Cup, isn't it? Okay, so let's just have a quick gander now then. Looks like you've cleaned up here. Roma in the final. That's a hard-earned Champions League victory. Did really well there. Semi-final, Man United overturned a 1-0 deficit. So lost the first leg 1-0 and won the second leg 2-0. Well done. Who knocked out the cup? You, Trent, knocked out the cup. Who won the cup then? Rhoda, surprisingly. Okay, that is a cracking... let me just go to something quite random now. I'm going to go to the very first game. I'm also testing things here, so see if he's stuck with the same formation throughout. And by the looks of that, he has 2 up top. So I just choose a random game back in Season 1. Just to see it. So he's always used that same tactic, which is great to see, because I'm very guilty of switching tactics when things go wrong. That being said, I think it'd be fair to say things haven't really gone wrong. This season then, as expected, he's got a couple of games in hand. He's lost 1 and he's drawn 1. What's he brought this season? So Kaluzny's this season then. Anybody else? Is it just Kaluzny? Oh, Tonton. So all the signings were really last season then, weren't they? So really went to town. But where did the money come from? Where did the money come from? I asked myself. So you spent £27 million. So, well, you recouped in £17.5 million. So 3.3 there. Where's the money from? 4.3 there. Okay. Give me a minute, guys. I'm going to shut this fucking door. Right. Okay, so, mate, yeah, so the money's there. I'm intrigued to know about how you managed to get all those players in Season 1, because I thought some of them you'd struggle with, if I'm truly honest with you. You've obviously freed up a few as well. How much money did you start with at PSV? I'm not calling you a cheat. I'm not calling you a cheat here, Matt. Honestly, I'm just thinking, all your players seem to have come in season 1, and Kaluzny's the only. Oh, players out. Oh, so you sold Hesselink on a Bosman, Boomer on a Bosman, mate. What the fuck? What? Oh, mate, that is a big fucking error there. Boomer. I mean, 3 of these Hesselink on a Bosman. Oh, hang on a minute. 9.5 million. Oh, okay. So Hesselink. So that's right. So the contract protection thing that. No. Hang on a minute. What is that? Hang on a minute. Am I being a fucking idiot in a minute here? So he sold Hesselink. Oh, so he did sell him on a Bosman. Oh, he did sell him on a Bosman to Real Sociedad, who have now sold him to Rangers. So Hesselink went on a Bosman. Boomer on a Bosman. Mate, that is just fucking outrageous. Romadal on a Bosman to Rotherham. Fucking Rotherham. Mate, you dropped the bollock there. But, you know what? You won the title. You've cleaned up. So, who am I to fucking critique? Let's have a look what leagues you've got open. England, France, Germany. Yeah, so 6 main ones. Yeah, they're the main 6. I think they're the same 6 that I've got. I think I've got Portugal opened as well. That's the only difference in that. Anything on track? Yeah, you got your training going as well. Similar to my training. Very similar to my training. Yeah, I like that. Anything on your goalkeepers? Anything changed? No, that's as is. Youth? Yeah, it's exactly like me. Okay, have you got your staffing all set? Have you got a thingy? Yeah, you've got attributes. So it looks like you've got some decent. Okay, yeah, it looks like you've gone to town on your staff as well, which I think, although you are missing a physio, mate, you can have 3, and you can have 2. Let's have a look at your scouts. See if you're sending your scouts anywhere. Well, you're not sending them anywhere at the minute, but they've obviously been somewhere. So yeah, good work. Let's have a look at your shortlist. Mate, Karagunas has to be on your agenda. Karagunas, Constantino, those 2. I mean, Gary Johnson picked them both up in his Ajax save. Those 2 are fucking beasts. Get them there. Costanzo, I see you're chasing him as well. Although he's on my shit list in my game at the minute. Okay, so Kallstrom. I missed Kallstrom earlier on. Kallstrom's a good one. So yeah, in fairness, Matt, it looks really good. How much money have you got at the minute, Matt? Still got £12 million spent. In all honesty, right, I am intrigued about how the money's materialised. I'm guessing maybe prize money, all the shit you've won has contributed towards that. Can't understand how you lost those players on a Bosman. I mean, did you just... let's just check Kaluzny. So you haven't got the protect... Right, okay, so you got the non-EC rule scrapped, but you haven't got the protection thing scrapped. And I can tell that by Kaluzny, because Kaluzny started... Kaluzny's deal will, the 30th of the 12th, so that's when he offered the contract. He'd have been 27 at that point. So Kaluzny's will be unprotected in 3 years' time, in 04. Is that right? On the 30th of December 04, he'll be unprotected. Okay, so that's that. So that's that save. I believe there's going to be a part 2 at some point. So we are 18 months in, but it's definitely good to hear from you. It's good to hear from you, Matt. And you're looking good. You are looking really, really good. Let's have a quick look where you're at. So you beat Corinthians in the... oh, yeah, that's a fucking hell of a game. You left that late, didn't you? Jesus Christ. Champions League, second phase so far. Real Madrid leads Atalanta. Okay. Let's have a look at the first phase. See how that finished up. That's a tough-looking group. Arsenal and Barca. Okay, nice one. Good stuff. And just for the record, let's see who won the title last season. Man United, of course they did. Okay, that's it from me then, guys. If you want your save analysing, critiquing, slagging off, patronising, let me know. Until next time from me, guys, take it easy.